So it's a great pleasure to join you here today, especially to talk about a topic that I'm incredibly passionate about. I've been in the space of digital business transformation, I think, the topic itself has existed since the late 90s and early 2000s. So most of my career has been around helping organizations transform with technology. So it's a great pleasure for me to share some insights and some of the experiences in this space. First, let me give you a quick introduction to myself. I'm the founder of Lardi and Partner Consulting. As Tariq mentioned, I work in Zurich, Switzerland. This is our home base. And I'm originally Malaysian, but I've been in Europe since I would say 2003, so quite a while now. And our clients are located all over the world. And we have had the great pleasure of working with some incredible clients to basically identify areas where they can optimize their business with technology. So I've been in this space for over 22 years now, specifically looking at strategic development, business optimization, and technology implementation. So I bridged the gap between the business and the technology, basically. I'm also a published author, and I have a new book coming out later this year called The Human Side of Digital Business Transformation, published by Wiley. And the book is really going to talk about the most important element of digital transformation, which are the people. And not just referring to people within your organization or your customers, but an entire ecosystem of people that make or break transformation success. And that includes partners, collaborators, service providers, technology developers, as well as business owners and stakeholders. I think one of the key things that we can all agree on is that technology has been rapidly developing over the years. And this has triggered a fundamental change in the global business landscape. The traditional rules and assumptions of business, rules and assumptions that have been in practice for decades, are becoming less and less valid for business success. So things like how you go ahead and identify and engage with your customer base, how you develop and market products and services, as well as how you manage your organization, its operations, and its people. All of these elements are fundamentally changing, and the traditional way of doing business is becoming less valid. And COVID has, over the last couple of years, also accelerated these transformations and changes. We're looking at new ways of working, new technologies being implemented, and new strategies being put in place that have accelerated the organizations across the world in their adoption of technology. And what we've seen over this time, not just during COVID, but over the last decade or so, has been new digitally enabled businesses really being able to take advantage and leverage off of technologies to accelerate their scale and growth in the global marketplace. They're able to do business anywhere, anytime, and access a global market of consumers on day one of business, leveraging these types of technologies. Now, one of the key elements that technology has triggered, a very, very important element, is the shift in human behavior. People have become now a lot more accustomed to leveraging technologies in their daily lives. Pretty much in every aspect of our lives, there is some kind of technology or some kind of algorithm that plays a role in the way we do things. And so this shift is happening from a product-centered focus or product-centered environment into an experience-centered environment where people are looking for more engaging interactions with every organization that they have a touch point with. Whether it's a digitally based organization or a traditional business, for example, a bank or whatever industry you're in, consumers today are looking for these moments of truth when they engage with organizations. They're looking for ways to create this emotional connection and this shared purpose with organizations.
If I, as a CEO of a mid-sized company, want to start, and I think you've alluded to your digital maturity assessment as a good starting point, but what's my first step? What do I need to do? I built a nice business, $30, $40, $50 million. I've been running it for 20, 30 years. My kids are growing up now. They want to do funky things. What's the process that we need to go through to start that process with a CEO of some description, a mid-sized CEO?
I did mention this briefly earlier, is the digital maturity assessment. And this is really a great tool, simply because it does, a lot of times when I speak to leadership in an organization, and this is without fail always the conversation, they feel that they are in alignment with each other in terms of what needs to get done and where they need to focus their efforts and investments. But what we do with the digital maturity assessment is very quickly, as the leadership personnel try the assessment and see the results, you can very quickly see that they're very, the perspectives are very different in terms of what they understand of digital transformation and how it needs to be executed and how they see the business, the kind of advantages and disadvantages of the business, depending on which area of the business they are in. So this is a great exercise, first of all, to create alignment with the leadership team. And this might be, self-explanatory, but I think it's always important to reiterate the point that transformation starts top down with the leadership teams, right? Obviously, you can initiate projects and initiate changes from different parts of the organization, but real business transformation, end-to-end transformation, has to come top down. It has to be supported by the leadership team. There has to be a good amount of commitment.